being processed and absorbed. In the colon, normal bacteria interact with undigested lactose, causing the signs and symptoms of lactose intolerance. There are 3 types of lactose intolerance. Different factors cause the lactase deficiency underlying each type. People who develop primary lactose intolerance, the most common type, start life producing enough lactase. Infants, who get all their nutrition from milk, need lactase. As children replace milk with other foods, the amount of lactase they produce normally drops, but usually remains high enough to digest the amount of dairy in a typical adult diet. In primary lactose intolerance, lactase production falls off sharply by adulthood, making milk products difficult to digest. This form of lactose intolerance occurs when your small intestine decreases lactase production after an illness, injury, or surgery involving your small intestine. Diseases associated with secondary lactose intolerance include intestinal infection, celiac disease, bacterial overgrowth, and Crohn's disease. Treatment of the underlying disorder might restore lactase levels and improve signs and symptoms, though it can take time. It's possible, but rare, for babies to be born with lactose intolerance caused by a lack of lactase. This disorder is passed from generation to generation in a pattern of inheritance called autosomal recessive, meaning that both the mother and the father must pass on the same gene variant for a child to be affected. Premature infants can also have lactose intolerance because of an insufficient lactase level. Risk factors. Factors that can make you or your child more prone to lactose intolerance include increasing age. Lactose intolerance usually appears in adulthood. The condition is uncommon in babies and young children. Ethnicity. Lactose intolerance is most common in people of African, Asian, Hispanic, and American Indian descent. Premature birth. Infants born prematurely might have reduced levels of lactase because the small intestine doesn't develop lactase-producing cells until late in the 3rd trimester. Diseases affecting the small intestine. Small intestine problems that can cause lactose intolerance include bacterial overgrowth, celiac disease, and Crohn's disease. Certain cancer treatments. If you've had radiation therapy for cancer in your stomach, or you have intestinal complications from chemotherapy, your risk of developing lactose intolerance increases. There's currently no way to make your body produce more lactose. Treatment for lactose intolerance involves decreasing or completely removing milk products from the diet. Many people who are lactose intolerant can still have up to half a cup of milk without experiencing any symptoms. Lactose-free milk products can also be found at most supermarkets. And not all dairy products contain a lot of lactose. You may still be able to eat some hard cheeses, such as cheddar, Swiss, and Parmesan, or cultured milk products like yogurt. Low-fat or non-fat milk products typically have less lactose as well. An over-the-counter lactase enzyme is available in capsule, pill, drops, or chewable form to take before consuming dairy products. The drops can also be added to a carton of milk. Lactose intolerance around the world. The main carbohydrate in dairy is lactose, a milk sugar composed of 2 simple sugars, glucose and galactose. As an infant, your body produced a digestive enzyme called lactase, which broke down lactose from your mother's milk. However, many people lose the ability to break down lactose in adulthood. In fact, About 75% of the world's adult population is unable to break down lactose, a phenomenon called lactose intolerance. Lactose intolerance is very common in Africa, Asia, and South America, but is less prevalent in North America, Europe, and Australia. People who are lactose intolerant have digestive symptoms when they consume dairy products. This includes nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and related symptoms. However, keep in mind that lactose intolerant people can sometimes consume fermented dairy, like yogurt, or high-fat dairy products like butter. You can also be allergic to other components in milk, such as proteins. While this is fairly common in children, it's rare in adults.
Why do humans drink so much milk? And given that all mammals lactate, why do we favor certain types of milk over others? Milk is the first thing we drink, and thanks to developments in the production and variety of dairy products, it can take on countless forms for our dietary and sensory well-being. Milk's primary function is as a complete source of nutrition for newborns. In fact, since it has all of the vital nutrients for development and growth, proteins, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins and minerals, and water, milk is the only thing a baby even needs to ingest for the first 6 months of life. The unique makeup of milk can vary depending on factors like species, diet, and location. Reindeer of the Arctic Circle, for example, make energy-dense milk that's about 20% fat, roughly 5 times more than human or cow's milk, to help their young survive the harsh freezing climate.
And that racks up everything you need to know about lactose intolerance. This brings me to the end of our video. That's all from me today. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you guys could hit like on this video and turn on notification so when I upload next, you guys get notified, would mean a lot. Also, if you guys could hit the big red button and subscribe to my channel, it would be great. That's all from me today. See you guys in the next video, and peace.